This is Destiny. She's working with Tracer. And what she's doing is having the dog spin into heel, and notice the dog is not jumping on her. Now that's what Tracer would do when the dog gets excited. This is all dogs. It's not just a Australian cattle dog or a Malinois or a Labrador. They'll all do that when they get excited. You have to send the right message to the dog. If you don't send the right message to the dog, they're going to bark, lunge, bite, or just don't listen. In this case, the dog doesn't listen. It becomes excited. It becomes dominant and starts slamming into people. Doesn't have to be that way. Notice that Destiny has a slap crop in her hand. She's not using it, but if she was, she wouldn't be hurting the dog with it. So if you have, something like this tells the dog that your arm is longer, you can use it as an annoyance. See, the dog's compliant. This is all dogs, man. You know a dog like when you were a kid or something, and you think that all dogs are gonna be like that, like it's gonna be like this. All dogs are different. It doesn't even matter if you like cattle dogs are the same in varying degrees. Like all of them sort of seem dominant, but they're all different in varying degrees. Same thing would be true of a Malinois. It doesn't matter, man. If you have a young dog or an older dog and they start doing something, they're gonna keep doing it if you don't know what you're doing. This dog is, Destiny's working with this dog like no problem. She doesn't have a lot of experience. She has a matter of days. She does have an aptitude though. Her aptitude is that she's calm and she follows direction great. She does, and she's willing to learn. So she's picked up on this pretty easy.
No, heel.
See how she's giving the dog more direction. Same thing, Destiny's working the dog, having it spin into heel, making sure that it doesn't dominate a human. It took about 3 days for the dog to stop doing that. It tried it with me. Every time I took it out, it would try that. It's just, shit like that has to stop, or else it just, if you don't have the ability to stop it, it just keeps going. And you're training the dog to do it by your response. So like if your dog jumps on you and you back up or something, the dog got you to respond. Psych. That's what it did. It's screwing with you, and if you don't respond, but there's nothing wrong with Tracer or any other dog that does that. That's so common. The dog that jumps on the owner or jumps on the owner's friends, they do it when they're excited. So you should be ready to know that anytime the dog's going to get excited, it might jump on you. So you just take it out and start working with it. It might have more of a tendency than after you've been working with it for 10 minutes. Okay, so there's times that you have to use common sense. Oh, here comes my neighbor's dog or something. The dog's gonna lunge. Or my friend's coming over. I have the dog out of the crate, and they're gonna make eye contact with the dog and encourage the dog to jump on them. Friends are the worst. You let like a friend interact with the dog, and then the dog starts. The stupid asshole friend starts petting the dog while it's jumping. Oh, I like dogs. And the owner just sits there like they don't know what to do. Oh, that's great. Like she's not biting my friend. Or he's just like standing there going, oh yeah, that's great. I don't want my friend to think that I'm an asshole. So I just let the dog do whatever and don't, I don't say anything around my friend, and so then the dog's trained to jump. There's so many reasons why dogs start jumping. Most of them are just because there's no, the person that's around the dog handling the dog doesn't respond. Destiny just responded when she walked by. She did. Tracer, because I'm at eye level, was going to lunge out at me. Certainly, he's going to do something, and Destiny said no. She responded. She's not like a deer caught in the headlights. You get your friends around a young dog, you're just training your dog to be a jerk. Neighbors, the neighbor that loves dogs, and then they start petting the dog or interacting with the dog. You see your friend on a street. They have their dog and you have your dog, and you're supposed to walk up to the dog. Well, if you can't handle the dog, you're just going to cause a problem. Every time that dog starts seeing dogs, it's just going to be a dick. Like, oh, there's another dog. I get to go interact with it. There's so many stupid things, dog owners do. It's ridiculous. But you have to respond. See, the dog's not responding to me as it walks by. You have to respond. If you don't respond when the dog is acting inappropriate, and that goes for responding to the other human that's interacting with your dog. If you can't tell your friend to fucking knock it off and get away from the dog, don't take your dog out around anybody. If you can't control your friends, why the hell you think you're going to control your dog? Friends and family are the worst. I'm just telling you. They are the absolute worst. They don't listen. They do what they want around the dog. That's just how it is. And you as the owner, man, you better, have a leash on the dog and understand. And you know what? You notice that Destiny has a slap crop in her hand? Why don't you try doing that? Why don't you find out about a healing stick and have a healing stick in your hand? They're not to beat the dog with, I'll tell you that. You don't hurt the dog with it. You can pet the dog with it at the same pressure that you do when you scold the dog. That's a fact. Good job with the dog, Destiny.
Thank you, Peter.
That doesn't sound the same. Destiny. Friends and family are the worst for dogs. They are. Or you know what else is bad for a dog? An owner that isn't doing anything, that is passive. Dog over here and show everybody how you make it sit, heel, and then sit. You must respond, but you can't respond too negatively or too positively. Destiny.
Tracer, sit. What do you think about that?
It's pretty good, Destiny. Good job.
Thank you.